you guys get to be the star of every single day. You guys get the exclusive contract.
Yeah, we do. Always stay apart.
Very cool. It's good to have you guys as part of it.
Boxes or something.
Well, he does have a different view than the other four on the stage. There's no question about that. I mean, he truly believes that we are engaged too much overseas, that we have too many bases overseas. You need to bring our troops home. We need to have our bases shut down and bring them back to bases in our country and bolster up our defense here. I thought he made a great point that military spending does not always equal national defense. And that, opening an embassy somewhere or having a base in some place where we really don't need it is not contributing to the national defense, especially when you consider that we can deploy people from our bases in the United States of America anywhere in the world within 13 hours. And one thing I think bears repeating, the biggest threat to our national defense is a bankrupt nation. And Dr. Paul is the only one talking about our nation on the road to bankruptcy and proposing the thing that's going to prevent that.
Sure, along the lines of military spending, but when he went to the issue of the golden rule, he got booed by essentially potential supporters. I mean, does that say something about the Republican base and where Ron Paul stands?
Well, I think in terms of the way I took the comment is put yourself in the shoes of somebody else and how you might react if the same actions were taken in the United States. I do think that he was misconstrued in regard to his answer about Osama Bin Laden. I think he was very clear in terms of he was one of the first to authorize the use of force against Osama Bin Laden. He also introduced a bill for Marque and Reprisals that would essentially deputize private entities to go after Osama Bin Laden and bring him back dead or alive. I think his frustration is that when we went over Afghanistan, we kind of took our eye off the ball and off that mission and got into nation building. And I think that's where his frustration is.
But doesn't this fall along the lines of a series of problems Ron Paul has in terms of communicating his foreign policy views? I mean, even in our own polling, over half the people that poll don't trust Ron Paul. That's a reason not to vote for him. I mean, does this tonight prove that Ron Paul is effectively communicating his foreign policy views?
I mean, I know what I understand about Ron Paul's foreign policy views, and he has said many times that defense spending will remain a #1 federal priority, #1 in the federal budget. And I think it's just a different way of thinking. We've become accustomed to thinking that in order to keep America safe, we need to have bases overseas, we need to engage in foreign wars, we need to be proactive in terms of engagement. I think he's a paradigm shift guy. He's talking about keeping our country safe, bringing our troops home, bolstering our defense here. He's not talking about cutting and freezing defense spending. He would have that grow at 1.5% per year. That question got it exactly wrong. He wants to bring the troops home and actually have defense keep this country safe as opposed to going out around the world and getting in conflicts there.